Hey everyone, my name is Tracy Collins, and today I am going to talk to you guys really quickly because I don't want this to be too long about how I was able to create a life that allows me the ability to work from anywhere on the globe. What I know as far as being a Black woman who is a CEO, a Black woman who is the owner of her own company and has been for years now, um, and having the success that I have, it would not have allowed me the success without me first doing the groundwork, laying the foundation of me being able to create a life to where I can work from anywhere. As long as I got a laptop, my iPad, and some internet service, I can literally work from anywhere on the planet. So, and let me say this, and it doesn't change my fee structure. It doesn't change the amount of money that I make. If anything, it opens the door up for me to make more money because I'm able to do it at my own pace. I'm able to do it on my own schedule and time. And things really are working around the schedule that I design. So, like I said, this video is going to be very straightforward and it's not going to be long. But one of the things that I noticed that we struggle with is the ability of actually laying the groundwork, the foundational infrastructure to have a sustainable business. So I decided way back in 2015 that I wanted the ability to be able to work from anywhere on the planet. So before the world changed and everyone was shut down due to COVID, I was already working online. I was already working online. And when everyone was having such a hard time adjusting, companies were having a hard time making the necessary changes that they needed, I was already there. And that was an ease and comfort that I was still able to do business. My company was still able to grow. We were still able to thrive. We were still able to move forward even in the midst of COVID. And one of the things that I can say is that my company grew exponentially in the event of COVID. And it would not have done that if I didn't have the groundwork and the foundation in place. So what am I saying? Let me do something. Hold on. So, what I'm saying is, here are the basic steps. Mind you, there's not going to be any fancy YouTube, nothing fancy, and no glitz and glamour about this. I really just want you guys to get a pen and a piece of paper and be able to take notes. First things first is there's levels to this. There's levels to this. We are not going to start out on top. We are not going to start out, and don't ever measure your business success by somebody else's, because what you're seeing is the peak of theirs, but you're not seeing all of the foundational work that it took just for them to get there and build that platform, to build those strategies, the policies and procedures, all of the things. But we want to be able to use something as a guideline. Now, let's just say you have this business idea, but you don't know how to implement the infrastructure. You don't know how to kick it off, get it into gear, and to be able to position yourself as a leading expert or as an expert or as an influencer in your company or in your relative field. One of the things that you need to do first is decide on a business name. I love using my name. What I did recently was I trademarked my own name. So Tracy Cons is now a registered trademark. So that means anything that I develop, may it be an LLC, may it be some shoe shine, it can go under one brand should I choose so. Now, I have multiple LLCs and I do own multiple trademarks, but it took me a while to get to this point. So once you decide on your company name, I just love using your own name because it's just easy. So once you decide on your company name, I want you to do a couple of things. One is I want you to go ahead and snag your social media handles with that company name. I don't care how big or small the social media platform is, I want you to go ahead and snag your social media handles. Secondly, I want you to snag and create and search your domain name. So you can use GoDaddy. I know you can use, I think, oh my God. what's the MailChimp? I think, am I saying that right? Yeah. But you can use those search engines that allow you to buy your domain name. The reason why I'm saying this, and I did it in that order, is when you move to the level of capturing your trademark, and it takes about a year once the application is submitted for a trademark to go through the office and to be approved. And trust me, they will send it back if something is wrong. So once you get to that level, and if there is a similar name as to yours that you are trying to trademark, they're going to look back at when did you start doing business under this name? And one of their references or point of references that they're going to use is social media. So this is why I say snag your social media handles with your business name. If it's your personal name, if it is your company name, whatever it is, then immediately thereafter you want to snag your domain name. Okay. So once you do that, the next step we're going to take is we're going to get an EIN number. So easy. This is an employer identification number. You can get it irs.gov. It is your business's social security number. Totally free. Please don't pay for this. When I tell you guys, I am about keeping your coin when you are building a business, and then even more so as much as you can. You want to start something that allows you the most minimal overhead as possible that allows you to pour back into your company and grow. The next thing that you want to do once you get your EIN, you want to get your articles of incorporation. So go to the SOS, which is the Secretary of State for your state that you live in, that you reside in, and then register your entity. So your entity is, are we opening an LLC? Are we doing a sole proprietorship? Are we doing the S Corp, the C Corps, like all of the things? I don't ever recommend registering your company as a sole proprietor. What an LLC does, it provides a layer of protection and separation from you as the individual to your company. So this is where we start to separate self from business. Okay. So once you get your LLC, I think there's a bug in my office. Okay. Once you snag your LLC, which is about $100 or so dollars, you are then able to take that information and open up your business bank account. Why these two documents are so crucial is because we want to make sure that we have the proper paperwork for our selected banking institution. May it be a credit union, may it be a standard bank, where you open up your business bank account. And we are not going to commingle funds, meaning like if Tracy generates some funds and then my company generates some funds, the two are not merging. You can pay yourself, but what we're doing, we're starting out of the gate with separating ourselves from our company. Okay. And just a little bit of advice about where you choose and how you open up a bank account. I always encourage people to look at what they offer businesses. What do they offer free checking? Do they offer, I don't know, what incentives do they have to support businesses such as yours? Or just businesses in general. Then from there, I actually recommend having a conversation with a live person saying, well, I'm interested in opening up a business bank account with you guys. Do you guys pull credit? And if so, from which credit bureau do you use? Then they're going to pull your personal credit, and you want to make sure that your credit profile is well. Your personal credit profile is doing well. So there's no, that it's not sealed, that it's not closed. So if they pull from Equifax, they're able to say, okay, everything looks good. We're going to go ahead and move forward. Another thing I want you to check is I want you to check to see if you are in ChexSystems. Okay, because if you're in ChexSystems, you're not going to be able to open up a business bank account. If they look at your credit profile and they deem like, oh, you are not in good standing or standing up to what our standards or policies are with this banking institution, then you need to clean X, Y, and Z up. And I suggest that you check out at least 3 different banking institutions. Just because you bank personally somewhere with a bank does not mean you have to take your business bank account there. Okay. Then another thing, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to actually, I'll probably do it on another YouTube, but I'll bring in my personal accountant. And my accountant, we will talk about the profit first strategy, which is the method that I ended up turning to about probably like about a year ago almost. And we will talk more about that. So we're going to put a pin in the profit first strategy, because when we start implementing the profit first strategy for business owners and entrepreneurs, it is going to require that you open up a minimum of 5 bank accounts, business bank accounts, okay? Because it's about a way that you filter your money to make sure all overhead is met and there's reserves for your business. Okay, so those are the basic steps of, we haven't even begun putting ourselves out there as a company yet, but we're talking about laying the groundwork, laying the foundation, so all of our paperwork is in place. Another thing that you want to do is you want to get your DBA, which is your doing business as. You want to do that with your local government office. So you go to your accounting office and you go to the business department and you say, "Hey, I want to register for a business license," and then they are going to support you. You will walk away with your business license right then and there once you fill out the paperwork and they, run through the system. Really easy. But 2 things you need to know about the DBA and about your entity. The DBA is renewed every year, and it's based upon a percentage of the dollar amount that you made the year before. So you want to make sure that you understand that that needs, and has to be renewed annually, and it's based upon a percentage amount. And so these are the questions that you want to ask going in when you start opening up your DBA with the county office. Secondly, with the LLC or with your business entity, so this is the SOS, which is the Secretary of State that you apply for your entity under. That is also an annual, or it can be renewed every 2 years, renewal at a flat rate. So when we talk about making sure that your business is not only generating income, but you have the reserves and the resources to put back into your company, so you can make sure that these basic steps and licenses and the paperwork that's needed to sustain is always viable, that it's always up to date. Okay. So now this is where you can begin to launch your online company. And I'm speaking specific to online businesses, because if it was not for me being diligent and knowing the processes and having certain people in place that I will discuss in the other video about, certain individuals that you need in place to make sure that your business is running well and that you are doing everything that you are supposed to do accordingly, you are able to then scale up. Now, again, you heard me say make sure you start a company that allows you the most minimal overhead as possible. So, this is where once you secured all of the things, you have your social media handles, you have your EIN, you have your DBA, you have your LLC, you've done all of the things. You can now start marketing your company publicly. Another thing that people will say to get is the DUNS number. So that's what Dun and Bradstreet. You can go on their website and you can say, it says get DUNS number. You can totally do that. And this is where I want to encourage you to start building business credit. Business credit will save you. Every business needs business credit. Every business is going to need working capital. So you want to make sure, until your business is viable and can stand on its own, number one, that your personal credit profile is well, and that your business credit profile, if when it uses your personal information as a guarantor for the business, that your company is able to then get the necessary credit that it deserves. Once I put all of once I was because I procrastinated. I am not gonna lie, y'all. I procrastinated on this, but once I like really hunkered down and got it done, um Shout out to, Leslie, who just recently passed away, your hunker downers. Anyway, but once I really hunkered down, there is a bug in my office, child. Focus, Tracy. Okay. Once I really hunkered down on the business, I was able to quickly scale my business credit to where within, I want to say, like less than 6 months, I got the American Express Platinum card under my company, which allows me a whole set of other privileges. When I tell you there's a whole bunch of privileges that come with that alone, and then I was able to, oh, we bought our car under the company. So, and that was once I really like just was like, okay, I'm about to do this. I'm not gonna procrastinate. I'm gonna do what I need to do. It was about 6 months. And one of the quickest, easiest cards to get, you guys, you can try through your business bank institution, but you can also, once you open up your trade lines, and you guys can research a video on that on your own, is the Spark Capital One Spark business card. But just an FYI about Spark, it does report to your personal credit. But I was able to leverage. I went from a Spark to an Amex Platinum. Okay, and then I also have Amex personal cards. So with all of that being said, I don't want to make this video too long. I will do a part two to this video. These are just the basic foundation infrastructure that your business is going to need. Oh, one other thing. Please make sure that you get an accounting software that you can start reporting, and documenting all of your business expenses to. Anything that you use to maintain and grow your business, if it's an education that or training that you take, if it's a professional that you hired, if it's a 1099 outside contractor that you use, anything that you use to maintain your business is a write-off. If you need to take a trip, that is a write-off. Okay. If you need to buy some attire for your business attire, that is a write-off. Office supplies, computers, everything is a write-off. Cell phones is a write-off. So y'all understand where I'm going with this. Everything is a write-off. A portion of my home, because I have a home-based office, is a write-off. Okay. All of the things are a write-off. The desktop that I'm talking to you on, the chair that I'm sitting in. I remember I took a trip to Cuba a few years ago. Write-off. I was able to write these things off. And the way that I'm able to write these off is because in some way, shape, or fashion, there is some business being conducted. And as long as you have the receipts to support this information, you can submit them to your tax person. And when you get a tax person, you want to make sure that you have a tax professional that is accustomed to working with small businesses. Okay. We want to work with somebody who is accustomed in working with small businesses, because we know that, no knock against them, but the Jackson Hewitts and the H&R Blocks, we don't want to do that. We want somebody that's going to dot all them I's, cross all them T's, and say, oh, you can benefit from this tax write-off and this tax write-off, and you can do all of the things. So it's about making sure that we are saving the money, we're growing our credit, we're maximizing on our credit, all of our paperwork is in order. We want to grow efficiently. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a part two, a follow-up to this. And I'm going to talk about how then I was able to set myself as a professional in my relative industry to where I can work from anywhere. I literally can take my laptop and be anywhere on this planet. And I knew that is the life that I wanted to design for myself. I wanted to be on a beach. I want to be in Mexico. I want to be in Costa Rica. And I want to be somewhere, as long as I have great internet service, that I can still provide the service that I choose or that my company designed for. So, I will make sure to do a follow-up, and in the follow-up, we're gonna scale it up a level. We're gonna talk about payroll. We are going to talk about how to maximize on your social media influence, so you can then grow, and your clients can your social media followers can become clients. So we want to talk about lead generation. We want to talk about all of how you turn someone who is a supporter into an actual customer or client. All of the things that we pick our laptop up and go. Okay. I want us to get out of the mindset of trading our time for money and about how do we curate our life and design it to where if you want to work only 3 days a week for 4 hours each day, you can. And we want to talk about, and there is a video that I will link below that I did about pricing yourself at value. How do we do that? How do we price ourselves at value? What are our competitors doing? How do I separate myself from them? And what I have found with creating a life like this, not only, are we able to grow and are we able to scale? And I am able to then do the things that I absolutely love to do, which is travel, which is write and create other projects and opportunities for myself. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It's already 20 minutes long, but just stay tuned for part two. And please make sure, like, if you are doing the things, like, hopefully this is helpful. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that, but it helps YouTube, so hey, we want more of this. This is something that we love. We want to see more of it. And then I want to also talk to you guys about business setbacks and business hurdles and the challenges and when you don't feel like it, because there are going to be a lot of days when you just don't feel like it. I don't want to. And I'm notorious, believe it or not, I am notorious by the I don't feel like it. So we're going to talk about the real aspect of being a business owner. And I don't want you guys to sit up and think that, oh, everybody makes it look so easy online and so glamorous. There's a lot of days when I'm just like, thank goodness I don't have any hair because I pulling my hair out. Me pulling my hair out. All right, you guys. So once again, my name is Tracy Collins. Thank you so much. And be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, God. How do I turn? Sorry, y'all.